This is the shower recycling project, as Drew said. I'm agree with it. And so what I first have to say is like how I came up with it. So I think like about maybe like two or 3 weeks ago, I was like showering and I just like looked at like the drain. Like for example, like the drain's right here and like the shower head's like right like there or something like that. And I was like about to turn it off, and like since like I know when turning it off it's gonna be like hot or cold, I don't know what. But yeah, so I was like here at the side, but then it just stopped and I just like looked at the water pouring down and I was like, are we like wasting water? So I turned it off, like I did everything I had to do in the shower, and then I asked my dad, I was like, where does the water go when it like goes down the drain? He told me that it goes to like the sewer, and it gets like filtered by like this thing in the sewer, and then it goes to the ocean. And I was like, is there a way we can recycle it? And that's basically when we got here. Now I'm not talking about how I got the idea. Let me talk about the actual like project here. Okay? So there's 4 main components, which is a siphon, which is basically a way you can move water using gravity. There's a filtration unit, which basically filters out the water. There's a air pump to push the water, and there's a solar oven. And I'm going to start with the one that's like mainly like the main whole thing, which I'm pretty sure it's the siphon, because it's like this a lot. So, like I said, a siphon is basically a way you can move water using gravity. So, what you have to do here is you have to put water in here, but as you can see, there already is water. I don't know if it's to the thing yet. Yeah. You see the little tube inside there? It has to be filled up to like the water level. It has to be like under the water fully, so like the water can actually go here. And then to make it work, we have to put water to like here. So as you can see, we're putting water into the thing, like this little cup, and we have to wait till it gets to like here. So now that the water is covering both of these tubes, now the water from here can get to here, and the water that goes here will go into this water, and it'll go there to go back down. And yeah, when you open there, what you need to do to make it work, you have to put water in the filtration unit, which is a sponge, as you can see. And you see, it's now pouring down. And the siphon makes it so when the water goes in there, it goes up the tube, makes it go through this. You push the air pump, makes it go into here, which puts water in there to make more water go there. Okay? So that's the siphon. Now, I want to talk about the filtration unit, which is this. We decided to use a sponge because here, I'm not going to talk about this yet, but we have this right here, which is sand, rocks, and we also use a sponge. And we did this like little experiment to see what we could, like which one filtrated the water best. And we figured out that the sponge was like perfect middle ground. Like the perfect like fast, slow, and like could actually filtrate well. So if you guys want to pass this around, the sand, it filtrated really good. It just took a little bit too long for us. And then the rocks, it was really fast, but some of like the little things like that we put into the water went like through the little gaps. So we decided not to use it. But the sponge did it quickly, and since all the tiny holes, like capture all the dirt, shampoo. Also, yes, shampoo can get you dirty. So yeah. And it basically, when like imagine this is you, okay? The water is hitting you, and it goes back down, right? It goes back up, but the water's going to be dirty from cleaning you off. So a way to make it not dirty and to just like filter and actually be clean water, so like if you're doing this sometimes, if you won't just get dirt in your mouth. And it'll actually be clean water so it can clean you well. So, and just by that, it keeps repeating with clean water. So the air pump, as you know, it pushes air when you squeeze it, right? So, what it does to this water, since the water is going up the tube, we can't really make it go up just by itself. So, what we did is when we squeeze this, air pressure goes up with the water that's here inside of the air pump, and it pushes the water up with air. Squeeze this. Some water is dripping from there, as you can see. And the more you squeeze it, the faster this will go. See that? Because we push the air pump. And yeah, the air pump is just to like push the water up so it can keep recycling. And now here's the most complicated part, which is the solar oven. It's like, pretend like this is the sun, right? Something like that. And the sun produces more heat than light, right? Yes. So what it does is the heat and the light project from the shiny surface, which is this tinfoil right here, and it bounces off to the black paper. And the black paper, what it does, it absorbs all the light, but then the heat bounces off to the bottle. So it can actually like heat your water. So it's kind of like this. Just goes there, bounces off there, then bounces off there. And then just the heat that keeps going from the sun, it keeps going to make your water like heated at all times. And yeah, that's the solar oven. So this was just like all the pictures like we had. So like this like green thing is like when we started, like the pictures we got from like starting. This we're about to get onto. Just wait for that. Here, that's when we were drawing the design. That's how we got this. And this was like at like the end, like basically. But we couldn't fit the third photo, so we had to put it up there. And yeah, here's some sand, rocks, and sponge. Yeah. So now it's time to show you what we're gonna do. So what we're doing is we're putting like the filtration units to see how good they can clean this water. Which was like, we're gonna try to use, like we're gonna use rocks and sand, because sand can't like hold up itself. It'll just fall right through the bottle. And this is gonna be for the sponge. And what you're gonna do, if you wanna try to do this, don't put the sponge with the hole like this. Put it like this, so it captures more water. So when it goes down the hole, it'll be cleaner. Because if you do it like this, the water's still gonna be dirty. It'll still capture it, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like faster and better if you do it like this.
We need to show it.
So now, let's do this. Does anyone want to try to pour it? Let's see how, just a little bit, not too much. As you can see, the rocks by itself clean the water pretty well. Let's see the difference. This one's more red, that's more like orange, right?
Yeah.
Let's pour a little bit more and see what happens. It gets a little bit dirtier, but it's still orange. Now, let's try with some sand. So who wants to put the sand in the cup? Put the sand in there. Really carefully. You don't want to spill too much. Since the sand can't really hold like the rocks, like the sand, like if you just put the sand by itself, it'll just like fall down, right? So you have to put the little rubs for that. You see? It's getting clearer. It used to be orange, now it's like this like coffee from Starbucks color.
Yellowish?
Yeah, it's like yellowish, like tan yellowish. Right. So now for the finale, which is sponge. Now raise your hand for sponge. Who wants to put the thing in? Do you want to pour it in or do you want to hold the cup? Okay. Wait, let everyone see. Like, the sponge by itself, it got basically everything. See that? Look at all of this difference. Okay? The water would get that out, and when it goes through the filtration unit, since it's like the whole thing, it'll just capture all of like the pepper and stuff. It'll capture all of it, and only like water would go out. Yeah, any questions?
So what you're basically saying?
Yeah, basically when the water goes down, it gets like everything off. So then when it goes back up, the filtration unit will get like everything that was on you and capture it like right here, and then it'll just shoot clean water.
Does the darker one mean it's cleaner, or it just got all the dirt?
It's because since we put like pepper and stuff, it makes like it colors the water. But I'm pretty sure like this means it's like cleaner than this. I'm pretty sure. Cause like look at this. Like that's basically like brownish red. This is like tannish color, and that's like maroon. So any more questions? No? Okay.